Take the sadness out of Saturday night? Okay, that's great, but what about the other 6 nights of the week?
True North Reviews, True North Reviews, True North Reviews.
Hey there, welcome to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan. I'm not sad every night of the week. Hope you're doing well. Today we will be discussing the latest record by Bleachers, Take the Sadness Out of Saturday Night. This is the third studio album from famed producer and musician Jack Antonoff. I've been following many of Jack's projects over the past few years as a producer and artist, and he is very talented in both regards, especially the former, as I think his greatest work comes alongside female artists like Taylor Swift, Lana Del Rey, Carly Rae Jepsen, The Chicks, Lorde, the list goes on, but full disclosure, I haven't been exposed to much of the Bleachers catalog, nor have I understood much of the craze over the music, as it seems like just another indie pop project. Even coming into this new album, I didn't find any of the singles all that mind-blowing, as they were opting for a conventional arena rock and heartland rock direction, not to mention the production quality being very subpar for Jack's standards, and the tunes just not clicking with me despite a Bruce Springsteen feature. Thankfully though, returning to the singles in the context of the full record has been much more fulfilling. I'd go as far to say that each one is perfect, and that's a great sign, especially when this record as a whole is one that I can easily get lost in. In fact, I was distracted from my work the first time I heard it, and that's surprising because usually first listens for me require my brain to be focused on some other task, but what Jack accomplished here on this album is something special. That all starts with the opening cut entitled 91, one of 2 songs on the project named after a number, the first instance of which is devoid of bass except this monotone chugging of strings. It's a beautiful track with an understated melody. Granted, it's not something that's going to jump off the page and excite with many complexities or even dynamics for that matter, but it's a very sobering mood to reel the listeners in. The next 2 tracks on the record, however, crank the dial and fill out the instrumentation, as Chinatown features a droning synthesizer alongside an acoustic guitar and bells that are akin to Bruce Springsteen's 1970s arena rock. Of course, the boss himself is featured on this track, and he seamlessly fits in with the vibe as well. Following that up, How Dare You Want More is like a Vampire Weekend song meeting an E Street Band song. It starts with this bright and sunny guitar tone, and it just keeps that feel-good energy and upbeat tempo throughout its entire runtime. Now, be prepared to turn the song up as the master mix is extremely low, but beyond that, I love the call and response between guitar and saxophone that builds toward a euphoric outro. That giant swell of instrumentation at the end makes for easily one of the best songs of the year, hands down. Unfortunately, the subsequent track, Big Life, is more or less a big letdown in my opinion. The maniacal vocal throws and vocal choices at large that Jack employs on this song are rather hideous. It's a throwaway cut for sure. The tune is also barely tolerable at best. Another feature comes on Secret Life. It is a bit of a secretive feature too, as if you don't listen closely enough, you'll be sure to miss Lana Del Rey's backing vocals. The background roll for Lana on this track is nice, nothing too wispy or whiny as we're used to from her, and the track is a decent cool down moment for the record before heading into Stop Making This Hurt, which this track ups the energy of the record with its staccato horns and piano lines. I love the chorus melody on this one. Stop making this hurt and say goodbye like you mean it. Just as that tune is catchy, Don't Go Dark is another highlight on this album. The vocals are drenched in an echo effect for the verses. The chorus is again very catchy, also anthemic, maybe even more Bruce Springsteen inspired than Chinatown, but that's more than okay with me. But carrying on, the pace of this record is something I want to not only commend but also emphasize. 45 is the next track. It's another one of those cool down moments like what Secret Life was, but it's even better in my opinion with a chord progression that guides the tune with perfect cadences and memorability. It's a fantastic song. The rest of the record then fades into a somber mood, kind of going against the record's title, if anything, putting the sadness into Saturday Night. Much like the opener, the end of this album is stripped back Tracks 9 and 10 are essentially perfecting the acoustic arrangements that Jack has been forging on projects over the past year with Lana, Taylor, and the Chicks. Sure, the muffled vocals are a new addition and might come as a turnoff to some, but it's a tranquil and smooth ending to this record in my opinion, which my opinion did drastically change for this record in general. Like I said, the singles didn't do too much for me leading up to the release, but the final product here is worth a listen. I take no issue recommending this for any fans of Bruce Springsteen, Vampire Weekend, or heck, even if you enjoyed Imploding the Mirage by The Killers last year. Those are the types of influences I get from this record, and it's a great one. I'm feeling an 8 out of 10. So there you have it. There's the album review for today. Make sure you guys sound off down below in the comments. Tell me what you guys think of this music. Whether you agree or disagree, I'm here to engage with you guys. If you'd like to leave a like, subscribe if you're new in town, I'd appreciate that as always. Thanks for watching, and have a rockin' day.